right, here we go. Jiu Jitsu Strong Level 1, Week 1, Day 3. At this point, you've made it through Day 1, you've made it through Day 2. You should have completed both of those before going on to Day 3. Don't skip workouts in the program. Go all the way through them, even if you can only do 2 workouts in a week. Go through them in order all the way through the 12 workouts in this program. You should have had rest days in between. You shouldn't be doing 3 strength days in a row. I suggest either 1 to 2 strength rest days in between, or at least active rest days. So maybe you are doing jiu-jitsu on those non-strength days, but be aware of your intensity there. Make sure you're sleeping 8 to 10 hours a night. The 10 hours of sleep is optimal. And, a lot of performance athletes, elite athletes in the world are getting 10 hours of sleep a night. If you get 10 hours of sleep a night, you're eating the right foods, and you are on the right training program, like it's the closest thing you can get to performance enhancing drugs there is. Also make sure that you're eating your carbohydrates. In jiu-jitsu and in the strength work, you're going to be using a lot of carbohydrate stores. A lot of people think that they're burning fat, and a lot of times you are burning both, but both these sports use a lot of carbohydrates. So let's get started. Week 1, Day 3, warm up. You're going to go through 2 rounds of each exercise. You see those laid out, so I'm not going to go through those. Your strength work today is going to be a little bit higher rep range, so it's going to be more in that muscle building range. So goblet squats, 3 sets of 14. These should be with a really challenging weight because you're going to have 2 minutes of rest in between each set. So you can do a few warm-up sets, find your weight that you're going to use for the 14. The 14 should be challenging, but of course, as always, with good form, with good technique, rest 2 minutes between sets. After that, you're going to go push-ups. You're going to do 3 sets of max reps with 1 minute rest between sets. With these push-ups, if you cannot do 3 reps, 3 good clean push-ups, okay, 3 or less, where you're going all the way down to the floor, touching your chest to the floor, coming all the way up and locking out, keeping your body in a good strong plank position. If you cannot do 3 push-ups, or more than 3 push-ups, you need to do an assisted push-up for this. So having your knees on the ground, or you can do an alternative exercise like a dumbbell bench press. What we want to do is use those exercises to build up enough strength so that you can do push-ups. If you're not able to do push-ups, and I would say if you're not able to do 10 strict push-ups, you're not going to be able to graduate from the level 1 program. You don't need to go past it until you can do at least 10 good strict push-ups. So you're going to do 3 sets of max reps. You're going to do as many as you can do. Now, if you're somebody who can do like 50 push-ups for all 3 sets with 1 minute rest in between, which is really impressive, I don't want you doing regular push-ups. You're going to need to put a weight vest on, put a plate on your back, do ring push-ups, weighted ring push-ups, right? Where you're on rings or TRX straps and you've got a little bit of that stability going on there. You're going to have to adjust your exercise to make it more difficult, because I want your rep range to be somewhere between 5 and 30 for each set. So you're going to have to adjust accordingly if you're really, really good at push-ups. And some people who will be on a beginner strength program are really, really good push-ups. I was like that at one time. I could do 100 push-ups straight, but a lot of my other strength numbers were really low, and I was a beginner in those. So moving on from your push-ups, next exercise you can do pronated assisted pull-up or cable lat pull-down, 3 sets of 12 reps. Now it says assisted pull-up here. Now these are going to be pronated. So you're going to have your palms facing out, supinated. It's like you're holding a bowl of soup. Your palms are facing in. That's how I remember that. All right, but palms facing out. You're going to be in a semi-wide grip, so your hands are just outside of shoulder width. They are not going to be close together and not super wide. These do say assisted, so you're going to either, if you can do 3 sets of 12 pull-ups or even 3 sets of 10 pull-ups that are strict, no kipping around, all the way to lockout, all the way up through your chest, over the bar, nice clean reps, you can do them non-assisted if you can do 10 or more. If you can't do 10 or more, get you a band, wrap it around the bar, use a band to assist yourself up on the bar, have a person assist you, you can use one of those machines. So if you're in like a Planet Fitness or a Gold's Gym, they've got the machines where you put your knees up on the platform and you can adjust the weight and adjust the resistance. But what we want to do, or you can also use a cable lat pull down machine. So if you've seen those cable, you can get you a bar and you do lat pull downs with the cable. The main thing is that we want 3 sets of 12, and we want those 12 to be challenging. So we're shooting for, maybe 1 or 2 reps from failure on this. So that should be pretty challenging. 1 minute rest between sets. After you finish that, you're gonna go into 3 supersets of some leg accessory work, leg exercises. You do dumbbell farmer's carry, reverse lunge, 3 sets of 12 alternating sides. So you do one side, that's 1, the other side, that's 2, 3, 4, 5, and so forth for 12 reps. Should be pretty heavy, should be pretty challenging. You're gonna hold 2 dumbbells or 1 dumbbell in each hand, and that should be fairly heavy and challenging for each 12. As soon as you finish your set of 12, you're gonna rest 45 seconds, and then you're gonna do a fire hydrant hold on one side. You start with one side, you're gonna hold as long as you can, then you're gonna rest 30 seconds before you go to the next side. Okay, then you're gonna do the next side. Once you finish that side, you're gonna rest 45 seconds before you start your next superset, where you'll go through that 3 times. On the fire hydrant holds, you're holding for max time. Now, if you're able to hold for a minute or more, you may want to you need to use a band to adjust to make those a little bit more difficult. Ideally, it should be challenging to hold between 20 and 40 seconds. 20 and 40 seconds. So if you're holding for a minute, maybe put a band on so that way it's a challenging 30 seconds over versus a minute. Okay, getting in that 20 to 40 second range. Okay, don't short yourself by going in that range, but just use a band to make it more difficult. If you don't have a band, hey, then just go for as long as you can on each side, even if it goes over a minute. That is it for week 1, day 3. We will see you on